Whoa. What are we talking about?
The homework assignment for day one.
Homework assignment for day one. The pre-test? Yes.
Not test. Just the actual. No. Just a homework assignment for that's on page 148 of the book. Okay. Okay. Not a problem. Okay.
It's on 148.
Roughly, yes. Should be just.
Homework assignment for no.
Okay. Not a problem. It's usually not covered, but there's still decent information. So I kind of want to go through it just so you guys can have that reference later on in the field. For question number one. What's that?
We're not talking about Hunter University, the videos.
I don't know too much about those videos.
Okay, so no.
No.
I gotta step up.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time.
So this was the homework?
Yeah.
Okay, definitely.
No problem. Okay. Okay, cool. I didn't think so, but I wanted to ask just to make cover all bases. So let's see.
Wait a minute. Do you want us to go through and complete it?
We are going to go through it. Yeah, just so you guys can have that kind of reference and all that. The first question, there's going to be multiple answers for it, but an easy one would be no bootable device. And PC stalls would be the second one.
PC stalls?
Yes.
Bootable device.
Question number two, the audible beeps that you would be able to hear on an Intel board are 3.
Is that on modern boards too, or is that just on older?
I haven't been able to verify if it's on newer boards or not. I would like to think so, but
Did Jim say yesterday that the new boards don't come with the speaker?
that is correct.
Yeah.
And they might still have the programming to beep if the speaker is attached. I don't know. But
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't heard a beep from a PC in a long time.
yeah, unfortunately, I feel like we should still have those speakers because they helped out for troubleshooting quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that definitely took a really strong tool away from us.
You can install a speaker if you wanted.
That's something I wanted to actually bring into this class. As long as giving out the thumb drives, I want to give out the little mini speakers too. I haven't been able to find a place where I can buy them for cheap. To bring them into this class is a big problem.
You want to buy them?
Sure. Not a problem, man. Not a problem. That's definitely really important shit. This is definitely left on. We made it to question number 2, and we're talking about audible beeps on the motherboard, and how the motherboard would have 3 beeps on the old style motherboards that had speakers, and on newer motherboards that do not have speakers, I don't know if they do or don't beep. Oh, that's great. Sad but true. Absolutely, yeah. Sadly, it's only one day because you guys are fun. I think if I were able to teach you PC day one as well, we'd have a lot more fun. And that's the best thing about bigger classes. You've already had the time to bond a little bit, so you know each other, you mess around. Makes it way better than just like the first few week times I get training where the students in the class don't even have their Hunter shirts yet. So there's still getting to know each other as well as not as a active class when that happens. If you receive a no bootable device message on startup and a hard drive is issued, what should you verify is bad? The RAM. Correct.
This is the easiest homework in the world.
Right?
Yeah, sit down. Yeah, to be determined. I'm gonna say Jim Hacker. You don't need to know. Overachiever.
But right there in the book. Eyes like rude. Bad media. Bad media. Corrupted files. Bad RAM. CRC.
All right. Additionally, when testing RAM, RAM is, of course, a component of the PC that plugs into the motherboard. And when there is a issue with the motherboard recognizing RAM, sometimes it's just the slot that the RAM is plugged into. Easy enough. You pop it from where it's at, plug it into something else, see if it makes a difference. Sometimes that helps out. Sometimes the issue still remains to where you need to run what's called the memtest program. And the memtest program, the sole function of what it does is it tests the RAM of a PC. And you can use this on pretty much anything that has a motherboard and a stick of RAM in it. So like a Revolution, all these aligners, what have you. And kind of like the hard drive corruption we were talking about earlier, we're just checking to see if the stick of RAM has any corruption in it. This, of course, is the actual memtest program itself, and it's ran off of a flash drive. Yep, more goodies. So here we go. Sorry, it's a little bit sticky. These had labels up until recently. I scraped them off. So you might want to get some WD-40 or whatever if it bothers you. But that right there is the memtest program. So you'll be able to do this with any PC that you come across. Say again? It does not. Originally, they mattered when I received those drives back from the field. But since then, I've reprogrammed them to where they're all the same. Yeah, absolutely. I hope that it turns useful. I should just buy some WD-40, keep it with me.
Well, is there one more?
No, one. I'm picking on one person right now. So somebody doesn't get a flash drive right now because it's actually running. So give me 2 seconds. Let me close out of this.
He doesn't need it anyway. He's a sales guy. Yeah. He's just going to sell a new computer when he needs to.
Well, either way, I can't, in good conscience, let you walk out of here without it. You throw it at somebody when you walk out the door, by all means, or whatever. Yeah.
He'll be here till like April.
Okay. Wow. He's got some time for sure. But yeah, this is a memtest program, really nice. If you let it though, it will run. Yep.
They even jumped us on our little mini nitback suppliers our first day.
You need a raise.
Right now.
Yeah.
So this makes up for it.
Hell yes to that then. Hell yes. Yeah, that's something that. Yeah, memtest is the actual program name.
And it just has this on it, right?
Correct.
It's like that executable file. I didn't want you to run it.
Technically, it's an executable file, but not the .exe, like what you'd find on Windows, because this is working outside of Windows right now. So if you take this Memtest drive and plug it in when the PC's turned on, it's just going to look at the drive and like, okay, I see your drive. What do you want me to do with it? It won't have any actual data on it at that point. Question number 5. I think maybe you already covered, but what typically causes DLL or CRC errors when loading software? Yeah. Faulty media. Absolutely, definitely. We see that quite frequently nowadays, especially. It used to be a little bit better in a way, having the discs that Hunter would send out, because it used to be all analog, old school style. Yeah. But things have definitely changed since then. Yeah. Technically, it could be a problem with the DVD drive as well, but because most PCs don't have DVD drives anymore, yeah. So that's a fun little one. Let's see. That has multiple multiple answers for that. Let's see here. Yeah, so some of them could be, video issues or reboots unexpectedly. Most commonly, you'll see slow PC function is a real good indicator that you might have a capacitor issue on a hard drive or a motherboard. Yeah, perfect. There we go. Absolutely. Number 6. The 2 things that can cause a no bootable device would be either a hard drive bad or the hard drive cable might have an issue. Yes, that could be as well. 100%.
Hard drive bad or what?
Or cable to the hard drive. So hard drive cable, basically. If it's messed up, chewed up, not seated correctly, we definitely get no bootable device errors that way. Often the front.
Have you guys ever had it where you'll see the no bootable device when you have like a USB plugged in that has an operating system?
Yeah.
Where it'll try to tag that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The real common actually problem that we've been seeing lately with guys who are trying to update aligners is they'll leave their service wallet plugged into it. And same difference. Yeah, the PC thinks you're trying to boot from a service wallet. And yeah, it just doesn't do anything. So that can definitely happen, and pretty common when it does. Often for number 7, often the power switch connector on the Intel boards is identified with red paints.
Do you know if the BIOS is set up to standard to always look at the same spot?
Yeah.
Standard, okay.
Matter of fact,
So
when
it's gonna boot from the standard.
correct, yeah, it'll always look. In fact, that is one thing that you'll probably need to do when you actually need to run this Memtest program, is change the settings of the motherboard to where the motherboard looks at that thumb drive first instead of absolutely. Okay. Yeah, you're absolutely right there. For anybody who did not catch that, 8 is going to be MemTest for the answer. Yeah. Of which, here you go, man.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Hope you get good use out of it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Didn't even want computer.
Boom, boom. Yeah, absolutely. 9, however, the 4-pin connector from the power supply is loose or left unplugged. You might not have video. Because of the way that the 4-pin supplies that, I want to think it's 12 volts. Is that? Let me double check here. It's not 5. Pretty much because the voltage coming through that cable going to the motherboard is split from the power supply. So the motherboard is getting 2 voltage signals, the main and then our little 4-pin. And the 4-pin is actually helping for video, is what that does. Whereas the main, that helps supply just like general power to the motherboard for the fans and everything else about the PC and how it works. And so to answer that is, basically a voltage issue for number 9. We're not getting the voltage we need to power that up. Number 10, though, number 1 of 10 is going to be motherboard. Actually, I should say motherboard assembly. Because the motherboards obviously have the board, the processor, and then the fan on top of the processor.
Did your book not have that number 1 filled out?
No, it has on mine it says multiple answers. See previous page.
Oh yeah, ours is number 1. It says motherboard assembly. Motherboard CPU.
Okay.
2 and 3 are blank.
Interesting.
2 and 3 are blank, but 1 is filled in.
Is 4 or 6 filled out?
Nope.
Okay.
That was the first one they had to fill that number.
Yeah, number 10.
But they got
Answer
2 and
1
3
is
blank.
filled out.
Okay.
They wanted to give us a running change.
I see. I suppose so. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, see, look. It literally had number 1.
Sure as can be. Wow. Interesting. Seems a little strange, but hey, that's not a bad thing. Number 2 then is going to be RAM. And the third one is power supply.
What was number 2 again?
RAM. For 11, a surge protector may be used as a temporary substitute for a line conditioner. No, is the answer. There are 2 different, while they both work with voltage, they're 2 different devices, and they function differently. What value can a power supply tester measure that can't be measured with a traditional voltage meter? That's going to be PG. That's P as in Papa, G as in Golf, or power good. That's what it stands for, yeah. I know, right? Plug it in, power good. Yeah, I think that every time I get to this part of the class. Who thought it was great to do that? I have no idea. It's kind of nuts. What's that?
Power good.
It means power good. Power good. It's better than power, exactly. Or power no, absolutely. Yeah. Technically, it's a rating of how well the power supply itself is pushing the voltage. It has a 12, but can it continue to push that voltage when under a load?
Almost like a capacitance.
Very similar. And that's what the...
So it's placing a certain amount of load on it and looking to see.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's I think the number is like 350 to 600 or 700 is a good range, the acceptable range for a power good. But the good news about that, we'll kind of dig more into those power supply testers, learn a little bit more about how they work and not work and all that. For number 13, the CMOS battery is bad. You will most likely have issues with time and dates. Not setting correctly.
Colin, you're gonna love 14.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In case it's not super obvious, number 14 is going to be RAM. I did not mean to burst your bubble. Fortunately, you only need to stock one stick at a time. Because the way the RAM sticks are designated and differentiate between them, they are classified with a DDR nomenclature. So there's a DDR1, DDR2, 3. DDR3 is the most common you'll find on HW2 motherboards, whereas the HW3s have the DDR4 RAM. And that is something you'd still be able to find at like a Best Buy or whatever, as well as like newer RAM that Hunter hasn't messed with yet. But that's the easiest way. And with that, they're notched in certain ways. They're key to the motherboard slots. So you can't put a DDR2 in like the incorrect motherboard or anything. So yeah, you'll only need to have a one spare stick of RAM with you. You know, just one stick of DDR2 and DDR3, then one of 4. I would recommend. I don't see 5 happening anytime soon because that's going to be, I would think anyway, like a HW4 PC. And these HW3s are only a couple years old, so it's going to be 5 years at least.
And the price of the higher DDR5 is outrageous.
Oh yeah, right now it's nuts. Absolutely, it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, exactly. One stick of RAM.
Yeah. Which one stick of RAM works for aligners, but on an Ultimate ADAS unit, you actually do need 2. So that's something to keep in mind. Not that I've seen RAM issues on Ultimate ADAS units yet, to where you'll need to carry more than one stick of RAM. So just keeping that one, or using the MemTest program itself, we'll be able to narrow down which stick might be faulty.
Does it matter on the Ultimate ADAS for regarding you need 2 sticks of RAM and just the amount of like gigabytes? Or okay.
Yes.
So could you run one stick of 16 gig in an Ultimate ADAS versus 2 8s and it's not going to have an issue? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay,
Yeah, even though the size is good, that does having just one kind of bottlenecks it. The same in theory as if we had a 16 gig slot of RAM and a 2 gig stick of RAM. That 16 would be limited by the 2 gig. That's yeah. Jumping to number 15, when troubleshooting a no video situation, you should try, with 2 sticks of RAM anyway, you should try 1 stick of RAM at a time. Oh, that's good. Let's see, looking at number 16, when working on a PC, you should wear a anti-static strap to move possible damage from, big surprise, static discharge.
Oh, my bitch can get out of here.
All of a sudden he's gonna get sick from the Chuck's chicken.
Crazy. That damn hot sauce killing it.
I'm feeling a little rumbly myself.
Get some thumbs here.
Yeah, right. Do you have a question? Yeah.
No.
Oh.
The PC is like really old.
Mhm.
Like, say 5 years. And it's not good wise, just change the whole CPU once and just reload the other software.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because PC of that age, obviously it's been in the shop for a while, so plenty of time for it to kind of degrade to where doing that absolutely a good idea.
So this stuff here is really for like pieces like 2 years, 3 years.
Mostly, yeah. This is more aimed at like newer PCs rather than the older ones where you'll have to like do more work than just this. Yeah, absolutely.
You stop cut the shit, okay?
The Win Online software.
Uh-huh.
You would have to get the latest version.
Not
The
necessarily.
version that the PC has.
Yeah. We might need to like update it for whatever that PC has, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Yeah, you should just be able to download that from the website, just install it, and you'll be good to go. I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you keep saying though, I keep thinking it less and less. Yeah. You've never been Valentine's Day people, but keep saying shit. She's like, this year especially, I'm probably okay.
Entrapment.
Yeah, it is, right?
I don't want anything.
17
Yeah, big surprise on that one, right? Yeah.
She got me like more stuff, so as soon as stores opened back up, I went out, bought her a bunch of shit, like never had. Spoiling them every Christmas, so I don't feel bad.
There we go. Plus, honestly, that's a pretty solid safety plan as well. Yeah.
It's like this year before it started here. She's like, we're not doing anything big for each other because like, we're investing a lot of money on it. I'm not having a paycheck for 3 months.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not doing anything, so I started seeing boxes show up at the house. I was
Like, what the fuck is
what's
that?
that? Oh, nothing. I was like, I don't know. No. What's in the box? Yeah, I know you bought me stuff.
Yep.
Still weren't buying it.
Got you. Yep, busted. Yeah. I know that game. Absolutely. For number 17, non-hunter software causing an issue with the PC. Might want to use the Heatlog Viewer. The Heatlog Viewer, yeah. Correct. HEC log.
I wrote Elog. Jesus.
Honestly, yeah, I've seen it both ways. Yeah, it's two names the same thing. There's no wrong answer.
Engineering. C law.
Yeah.
Hunter engineering computer.
Yeah.
Cross that out. It's definitely not a she log.
Correct. You're assuming the log gender now. For question number 18, that's going to be false. PC operating system, yeah. Let's see. 19, if the boot device priority is not set correctly in CMOS, and you're attempting to recover the hard drive, the answer is Windows will boot. Will be a good answer for that. For number 11. More specifically, the PC is going to ignore that recovery disk and boot normally. 11. Correct. I'd say so. It's a fun thing about working over here. I get to hear all that. Whereas we're over in the service center, we're not near the airport, so I miss out on that. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. That was a little loud. Love it. That reminds me of back when I was on base, the F-18s would fly like so low and so loud they'd set off car alarms, which I didn't know was freaking possible until I saw it myself. I'm like, what the hell is even happening? It was crazy. Hell of a thing, though. So yeah, 19 will boot straight into Windows, but 20, what's the first thing that you should check for a dead motherboard is wall voltage. Yeah, just making sure juice is coming in from the wall. Yeah. Yeah, wall voltage. Sorry, not raw, wall. The raw wall voltage. Raw dot. The current recommended power supply tester is a Coolmax PS228. Yeah, Coolmax. 228.
If you Google it or look at Amazon, because that's what's generic. It looks just like a Coolmax PS2.
Yeah.
Just a lot cheaper.
Gotta love that, right? For question number 22. If the customer does something to bend or smash the USB port and short out, general symptoms would be no video or dead PC. Yeah.
It shows what you've been looking at. Shows you
Do I have those
Yeah.
I've got to take it. No kidding.
Yeah, I bought a generic one that looks just like the Coolmax 228. Just with none of the logos in it.
Oh, it might come up socks too.
You think that Coolmax sounds like a sock.
It literally says power supply tester on the front of it. The only thing mine didn't have was the Coolmax logo. So it's the exact same.
What is yours? The Kingwing? Is that what it says for your
I think so, yeah.
Kingwing?
Something like that.
How about
So
my
it's it was the same exact, it's 24 pin and 20 pin on one side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's $16.99. That's afternoon. $3.
Featured by Amazon influencers. Yeah. Make sure to vomit in your mouth.
I know, like I was on the fence there for a while, but now I'm just completely against it. Influencers. Jeez.
Yes. The Stream Live.
What's that? Well, close. Pretty close. Turning the power supply on. For 23, though, what is most likely trying to be done there in that photo is to bypass the on-off switch.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much. 24 is turning contact.
Correct, yeah.
Yes, technically you're right, but the jumpers right there is to bypass the power button versus just going directly to the power supply.
Yeah.
So if you're turning it on by jumping the green black wire, so we turn it on, we'll jumper out.
We'd have to shut the PC down either like normally or just hit the rocker switch on the back.
So there's a jumper to turn on, but not
Correct.
switching element.
Correct.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And last but not least, number 25. Yeah, pretty much. How can you tell the PC is not being accessed from the picture below? Because the piece, the hard drive is not in the image there. Yeah, so
Making the optical drive see.
yeah, so CMOS is only displaying that optical drive, the CD DVD drive. So yeah, it's okay. I'm going to skip the next page because those aren't really useful information there. But the page after that, which should be 153, I think, the hands-on PC diagnostics set 1. Here's the meat and potatoes about today. This is what you've all been waiting for, the hands-on portion of today. And so this section covers set 1 of the PC. There are 3 different sets, each with 5 PCs, so a total of 15. The third set, though, is not in this book. I recommend just after the diagnostic set 2, there's a blank page in your book, and that's a good spot to jot down the set 3. Well, whenever you're ready, we got all those PCs over there. Just take a crack at them and see what you can see. Yeah.
Are we bringing them to our station?
That'd be the easiest way, because what we're trying to do with these PCs is get them to where Winline will boot up. Most of them won't. No, I don't know what's up with that PC. Oh wait, no. Okay, is this one of mine?
It's in there since I got here.
No, he's. I don't know anything about this PC. This is not here when last I was here, so I don't know. You plug it in and find out. Get a real world on what the heck might be going on with this one, but yeah. Let me get this shit out of the way.
Would you like us to shut these down before we unplug them?
Yeah, if you could.
Don't just unplug your computers.
Please.
Shut them down first. Too late.
That's okay.
So all these are blood.
Any of the ones that have sets, whatever, yes. Some of those in there don't have a sets, but yeah, you got your set 3, your set 2, so yeah, you'll be.
Where's the fucking power button? Yours turned on? Like you decide to update as I
Naturally.
Brian was afraid he was gonna get too lost in the wire.
Well, my fan's running.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Found it. You gotta do
Hey, you. Okay, Brandon, you're gonna have to come look at yours because it's actively not doing it. It's like when I try to find that one, it's not. So it just won't turn on at all. Yeah, you're not getting anything.
Somebody unplugs some shit.
Don't touch the fan.
What does this go to?
That might be a problem. Yeah, the one that you're looking at there. Dang.
Wherever it fits.
Which PC is that?
This says James.
Oh, this is fucking military here.
Okay. Okay, 339. Yeah, if he's been messing with that, that tells me that A, there's probably nothing wrong with that, and B, he'd get upset if we were fiddling around with that too much.
Should all these turn on and like show you something?
No. Some will, some won't.
Well,
You're not doing
it's
that.
right there.
So yes, we're definitely having a problem there, with this one here, and we kind of have to walk through for troubleshooting as to far as what best way to go for this.
So one is getting power.
Yes,
I don't know. It's displaying video,
right,
so that's good.
absolutely. So
Sorry, go.
So in that case, I would think that the RAM is probably okay. And obviously, the power seems to be doing its job, leaving pretty much either the motherboard itself or the hard drive as our faulty components. Absolutely. Before that, though, 1 second. Also, guys, when you're troubleshooting these, I have both power supply testers and meters over here, but only 3 of each, so you'll have to pass them around a little bit. Okay, so.
Do we run the name test?
Yes, because we have video, we do have that option to run MEM tests on that. For this one here, though, obviously, we don't have that. For that there, that'll be the word service without the final E.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So naturally, we kind of can approach it the same angle, just a basic troubleshooting of what do we know. We know that we got at least a little bit of power, so that's a great place to start. What I'd want to do is grab a power supply tester just to verify that the power supply itself is 100%. Then we can